For a pre-filled syringe user, they are administering the dose of the drug. It needs to get to the target site at the intended dose. If your IFU says that you need to hold the needle at a certain angle, 45-degree angle, to be able to administer the drug, and make sure you're pinching the skin as you administer the drug using that needle, right away, the pinching of the skin, the angle that you're holding it at, those are not dependent on the device design specifically. Rather, they are dependent on the user. So when you're identifying what the EDDOs are associated with, in that example, a pre-filled syringe, you could look at your cap removal force, you could look at the break loose force, the glide force of the syringe itself, maybe the needle safety activation force, right? Those are things that, and the deliverable volume, those are all things that are dependent on your device design.
Right.
But the angle that you're using to deliver that product to the target site in that example is not independent of the product design. It's dependent on the user, right? So, versus now if you flipped over and talked about an auto injector, you can say, well, I'm putting it straight onto my thigh or my arm. And as I'm administering that product, now it's design dependent. The way it's going to sit on my skin, right, is design dependent. So it's specifically tied to the device. So you have to be able to do that assessment product type by product type, and based on its intended uses and what's in the IFU to figure out whether those features are device dependent versus dependent on something outside of just the device design, like a human being.